One of the things that is interesting about me, I was in the beverage business for 30 years and got into real estate and really I consider myself someone who doesn't think outside the box. I don't think I've ever been in the box. My concept was to use a lot of my business acumen that I had in the soft drink industry and move that into real estate. I knew as I got older, I really didn't want to be showing a lot of property and working directly with clients, so I came up with the idea to build a very, very large team and take advantage of my training skills, recruiting skills, and loving to teach and help people and nurture people. So I decided to build my team. My first hire was someone that I knew who was another agent, and she really needed my support. She was coming to me independently, and when I developed my team, I brought Tracy Game in as my first hire, and she is still with me and quite productive. The structure of the team is really to provide a lot of value added to the team members. So I bring in new agents, recruit them at the real estate school. I also work with agents who are not as productive as they would like, and agents that are inexperienced that will really benefit from my mentoring and from the coaching and the commitment to training that we make. We are very unique. We train 4 days a week, 90 minutes a day. That is unheard of. Most companies do what we call event training. Well, they'll train 3-4 times a month and have 50, 60 agents to train. I have set my structure up. I have a very, very large team, about 120 agents, and the goal is to have one team leader for every 10 agents. So not only do they get trained in the classroom, but they get the support in the field of the team leader, working with them, getting listings, helping them strategize pricing, helping them handle negotiations, and to make sure that they're successful and that they're making money quickly. The key to success today is to provide your team a toolkit for success. Even though we're called realtors, or we're called salespersons, or we're called broker salespersons, the bottom line, we are lead generators. Lead generation is the key to success. You must have clients. So we've created a whole lead generating, lead conversion process. I teach a class, and before my agents get any leads, they must complete the class and understand the urgency that they need to get back to clients in 5 minutes. And we create a script where they build relationships with these potential buyers, because many of the buyers aren't really ready to buy for 3 to 6, 9 months. So we have a CRM called Top Producer, which enables us to really create our database, put all our clients in the database, have a drip system, and are constantly in front of our clients. Yeah, the key to building a team is not totally how many you bring in, how many you recruit every month. It's all about net gain. There will be some churn. You're going to lose agents occasionally, but at the end of the month, you want to make sure if you're bringing 10 in and you lose 1 or 2, you have a net gain of 8, and that is how you grow your team. And I recognize that very early, so I've put together several incentive programs. I've leveraged the Realty One Group program. Obviously, if you bring 3 agents in, you're free for a year. But I've also put cherry on top of the whipped cream, and I've created a passive income program for my agents. And if they bring people in, they get a percentage of the gross commission income for every team member that they bring to the Brodkin Realty Group for as long as both parties stay with the team. And that has worked very effectively. The other thing that the Brodkin Realty Group provides is the opportunity for career growth. So you can come in as an agent, you can have great success in a year, you've done 20 deals. We want to keep you I want you to stay with our team, so we give you the opportunity to be promoted to be a team leader and get an override on the 10 agents that you will have on your team. The key to bringing in quality agents is really taking the interview process very, very seriously. You need to be very direct. You need to ask specific questions and determine if they are right for your team. It's really about work ethic. It's about sphere of influence. It's about who they know, what their goals and objectives are, and you really need to penetrate them and ask very direct, concise questions to make sure that they are right for the team and right for the industry. If they do not have a sphere of influence, it's going to be very challenging for them. How well do they take to training? Are they committed to coming to the training? All these things are tips to determine whether this agent is a good fit for our team. My team, as I said, is very diversified in terms of the ethnic mix that we have, but we also specialize in what I call market segmentation. Taking my background in the soft drink business, the whole game was to put your product, put the beverages everywhere there were people and everywhere there was a cash register. I've taken the same analogy in the real estate business. So I've set up what I call niches for riches. And these are many different segments. We focus on government, we focus on police, fire department, schools, hotel and entertainment, new home sales, senior market. So I have like 15 to 20 categories. And then when I do interview agents, if they spend a lot of time in the gym, we'll focus on the gym. If they're religious people and they want to focus on their church organization, great. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, everything is this market segment. And I try to set that up. I have a whole international group. I have a military group. So I think I've pretty much covered the bases, and it's helped me build my business significantly. It is all about growth, okay? In order to keep people, you have to give them the opportunity to have more responsibility, more commitment, more enthusiasm, and more challenge. So I'm expanding my team throughout Las Vegas, as well as ultimately, I'm a business owner, and that's how I look at my business. I'm not a realtor, I'm not an agent, I'm not a salesperson, I own a business. And that is the beautiful thing about being with Realty One Group. When I met with Kuba, he gave me that opportunity that no other company would provide, where I can own my business because my goals and objectives were totally in sync with the goals and objectives of Realty One Group, which is about bringing in additional people, growing the business, doing lots of transactions, and just growing and growing and growing and constantly committing to providing educated agents who are going to be successful. Realty One Group really does provide a tremendous amount of marketing support and promotional materials. MyRog is awesome, and we use it every day in terms of the logos, the marketing material, the training material. We're very committed to integrating RevUp into all our training programs. Our weekly sales meetings at all 4 offices in Las Vegas. The brokers do a great job of providing value added, very meaningful, and there's a lot of nutrition for our agents to go to the sales meetings. For those of you who are thinking of building a team, you really need to ask yourself the key question. Do you like teaching? Do you like coaching? Do you have the patience to work with people and guide them along on a daily basis? Are you willing to give up some of your personal business to assist your team members in growing their business for the greater whole. But it's really about, can you teach? Can you lead by example? Do you have excellent communication skills? Will people follow you because you lead by example? You have to be a hard worker. You have to be committed to your work every day, have great pride in your performance, and once again, be able to bring a lot of value to your team members. This is my favorite question. Do I have an exit plan? I sure do. I love the beach, and my plan is to build this team up to great success in geographic expansion and number of agents, and generate enough passive income so that I can retire in Newport Beach or Laguna Beach, and I call it my SIMT program, okay, which means sand in my tushy. That is my exit plan, so that I can be in Newport Beach, collecting passive checks, having great talent in place, and have sand in my tushy. Success, great word. Success to me, being 60 years plus, having 3 daughters and 4 grandchildren, is all about legacy. Success to me is you value a person not by their money, not by their possessions. You judge a person by their family and their friends. And that is what I'm all about. I love coaching, teaching. I love the respect that I get from my team members. And I love being a dad. I love being a grandpa. And I want to leave a legacy. I've created a training method, which is my legacy. And when I leave real estate and I leave this world, all I want them to say is Richard Brodkin was a good man. The key to success is always leading with revenue. Okay, you have to generate enough revenue to bring on new people. So you have to have enough agents on your team who are producing, and you got to work your butt off to get to that point where you need an assistant. So the assistant would be the first person, which will free you up to grow more business, to bring in more agents, and to get more production. So the assistant who can give you that backup is critical. You also need a transaction coordinator to help you manage and keep all your team members compliant. The third one that I would bring in would be someone who specializes in social media. Somebody that can really help us with all, whether it be LinkedIn, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Instagram. Here I am, a guy 60 plus, but I really understand the value of social media. Not that I'm the greatest navigator, but I know how important it is to build your business, because 98% of people are starting their search for homes and for realtors on the internet. Your budget is very, very important, okay? You can't overspend, and a lot of agents spend money on pens and apple pie recipes and all this useless stuff to bubble up their car. You need to put the time and money into building your business, okay? And that is using direct mail, doing comparative market analysis, doing open houses, doing all the activities that I call it sweat equity, where you really don't have to spend a lot of money. And then once you have that revenue, that's where you can do the things that cost more money. That's when you need to perhaps buy leads. I use a couple of lead services that provide me social internet leads that I distribute to my team members. But I never go above my budget. You need to lead with revenue. You always need to be profitable.